Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to use some of the basic function controls on your brand new Hot Spring Highlife spa. As you all already know, it comes with this very nifty, highly convenient little remote control setup. That is actually a charging pad. In the future, if you ever have any issues with your remote, which we're not planning on having that happen, but if you do, you have your lights and your jets button down below there. There's also some programming settings. If we ever need to, we can walk you through in there, but not something we're going to do in this video. So on here, you've got your basic setup. So you have your power on, power off here, and that will either turn, if I'm going to tap that right here for you, so that will turn everything off, and lighting everything. If the jets were on, it would turn them off. And then I'm going to tap that, it actually turns everything on full. And then off she goes. So that's if you're you just want to get out there and go and hop into the spa and not worried about playing with the lights or anything. You just want everything on. You just tap that. That doesn't turn the music system on. That's something you can control separately. But we'll turn the lighting back on for you here. So then, speaking of lighting, and we'll go to this next guy. So the memory function we're not going to cover in this video. It's to save settings and things like that, but that's something for the controller's manual, and then something that might, if you have questions about it, you can cover with your orientation in the future with Johnny, good old Johnny B. And so below that is your clean cycle. So clean cycle, I get a lot of questions about clean cycle. All that does is cycle the two jet pumps separately, and so you'll get a separate section of jets running, like one side, one section of jets will run, and then after about 3 to 5 minutes the other section of jets will run, and it only runs for 10 minutes. What that's really good for is putting in, maybe if you need to put in some pH decreaser or alkalinity increaser, rare occasion in a salt system, and really anything simple like that. If you're ever doing chlorine, it's got to be 30 minutes, jets on full blast, so not the clean cycle, and cover open. And that's in the water care guide I'll send you. But down here, that little gear, similar to like an Android phone, that's a little settings feature. So you can turn on temperature lock there, spa lock, meaning it locks the entire control system, so you don't got the kids messing around with it, or the sneaky neighbors sneaking around trying to use your hot tub. Hopefully not. And then your lights timer, so you can actually time your lights turn on a certain point. The summer timer is something that if you have a salt system, you probably won't ever use. These spas are so energy efficient, it's not like you really will need to use it anyways. In rare occasion, we might have you use that for something. Then if you press the button there, then you got your further temperature settings, your brightness there, your language control. So pretty basic stuff, pretty easy to read here. Let's go back again. Go click the home button up there, so that let's go back into settings. Anytime you click that little house, that's home. Brings you right to the home controls. So if you tap the temperature, that's how you change the temperature. Pretty simple, right? So once again, if you go home, tap that 99 degrees. I want to turn that up. All right, all the way to 104, and then obviously it is a hot spring, so you can, if you hold that up button down, you got to work for it, but you get it up to 105. Press and hold again separately, and you can take them all the way up to 106. And actually, I do like soaking at 106 for quick soaks sometimes. It just gets you hot really, really fast, gets your blood moving, and gets that heat therapy going faster if you don't have as much time to sit and soak. So let's tap the home button again. And so then obviously this little purple button right there, that's your jets. If you tap that purple button, so your jet pump number 2 has two speeds. So turn it up. And back down to 1 and off. So, and then obviously jet pump number 1 has 1 speed. So if you just hit the power button, that will turn them on full blast, both of them. And then back off again. And keep in mind, if you have one of the smaller spas with a single jet pump and a single circulation pump, you'll either have just a single jet with 1 mode or a single jet with 2 mode, usually 2 speeds. Pardon me. So I'm trying to get comfortable here. So I'll try to keep this quick. And then you have next to your purple jets button there, you have your water button. So your saltwater system button. So to do a test on this, to test the connectivity, tap the OK button. And ideally you want it up there in the green. As you can see, this one's getting a little further to the yellow or the red. So we probably need to check the pH, make sure it's not out of range. Salt should already be in range here, so that's something that you can check as well with your test strips or bring a sample into the store. And mainly pH is usually the thing that throws that off. Calcium should have been filtered on startup, so that's not usually an issue. So we'll move on from there. Something I'll take care of here. It says in the OK range. See, good would be up in that green, and then you get to OK, and then red's a no. You definitely need to change something there. Try to keep her in the green, ideally. So then right here, this little water droplet and the level, so that's your output level. So you just tap. Oops. So tap that again. So you just tap that to change it. So you go to 6, tap again, 7. So when you get your spa and start up, I want you to turn it all the way up to 10. You're going to tap that till it goes up to 10. Once the water is completely balanced, salt is completely dissolved, everything's good to go and kosher, that's when you'll crank it up to 10. And then I also want you to hit this button. This is your boost button. It's a 24-hour boost button. So I tap that, now it says 24-hour boost cycle on. And that's just so you get a good amount of chlorine in there to start up. The system needs to activate, and then it really needs 42 to 70 hours to 78 hours, pardon me, 48 to 72 hours to really crank up and get itself producing. And if you're using the spa in the meantime, it's also going to use up some of that natural chlorine it's starting to produce. So that's something I want you to do on startup. Crank it up to 10, hit the on button for the boost. And this button right here, don't worry about. That's for your changing your salt cartridge. You won't do that for the first 3 to 4 months. And then something else I want you to do, so you're going to put it up to 10, hit boost, and then the last thing I want you to do, I want you to hold down the test button, the OK, and just hold it. And you got to hold it down for about 10 seconds or so, and when you release, it'll see this internal setting, this power level setting. So there's your output level, and then there's your actual power level. And so I want you to crank it all the way up to 4. If it's not already there, it should have come at like a 2 or maybe a 3, sometimes even a 1. But I want you to turn it up to 4, and then you're going to hit OK. So now the internal power setting's up to 4. It'll really get the salt up and moving. If need be, we can adjust it back down later. And I'm actually going to change that back here. So this one's already over 8 minutes. Thanks guys for watching. It'll just make it that much easier when you get started here. And I'm excited for you to get in your hot tub.